let's be real. Some of these kids are not okay.
Mm-mm.
They bullying you and other children. They disrespectful. And some of them are on the drugs.
Not the drugs!
But anyway, we got to get into what's going on.
Yep.
We got to get to the deeper conversation of what is happening to our children.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's out of hand. Completely out
of hand. So, what's up, world? It's your girl, Sharice.
And LaShanta, a.k.a. the boss lady.
Shawnee here.
And this isn't the sugar-coated version of family life.
This is real talk.
No chaser.
Period. So, let's get into it.
No, wait a minute.
So,
wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Yeah. What? How is everybody doing?
She almost forgot. Like,
yes.
She said,
yes.
I don't give a damn.
I don't want to chill with anybody today. Say no. How's everybody doing, though?
I'm good. I'm good. Actually, to be honest, that's pretty good.
You had a good day today?
I did. I went and got my feet done. And look, I went there to get my feet done, right? And it was really nice. The lady looked at me. She was like, "You want your eyebrows done too?" I said, "I didn't know that bad." And you know what she said? She said,
"Oh, you did. Listen, anything to get a dollar."
Right. I said, "So I went and got them done too." So
did you?
Yeah. You can't tell?
They are thinner. They are thinner than what they usually do.
You eyebrow not good.
Not too much on me, girl. You do too much. Girl, bye.
I can do a better job when I.
Oh my God!
I swear, it be your family. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good. Mega Million. Mega Mind. Mega Mind.
It really be your family, y'all. It really be your family. It be your family.
No good right there. I'm sorry.
It be your family.
Oh man,
my bad. It just was in my head. I could see it. We took the glasses off.
Taking over the world. That's Mega Mind. All that means I'm smart. I got a lot going on. I'm just smart. That's what that is.
I need your phone real quick, just for 2 seconds, so I can figure this out. I need it. I need a phone real quick.
You're not going to compare me to Mega Mind.
I just want to see, just to make sure I was, I could be
thinking
wrong.
of the right person.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
No,
that be like that sometimes. What is this? How do I get to your online?
It is online.
No,
that's online. I don't like Apple. I hate them.
That's speaking from an Android.
We Android
Samsung all day, baby.
At that part,
we do the blue.
No, we don't know what that is.
All blue.
Mega Mind.
I am so disrespectful.
But look. Now. Look at the eyebrows. Look at your eyebrows. Did it. But not too much on you. Not too much on you.
Not too much.
Okay. Let's get into it.
So, let's talk about it.
Okay.
So, why do you think the kids are the way they are? Would you say it's because parents are exhausted?
Yeah, I would say that too. They're working a lot. These bills are high as hell. Okay?
For sure.
These bills are extremely high, so you can't, especially if it's a single mother. She's not just working one job. She's working 2 jobs, maybe 3.
A single mom
just to make it.
2 jobs, loves her kids.
And it never stops.
Here she goes.
We love Reba.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That popped in my head. So random.
So I guess they working a lot, and then when they come home, they're exhausted. They tired.
So that means they don't have too much time.
But they might maybe a good 20, 30 minutes or something. Because then depending on what time you get home from work, like how much time do you have to spend with the child, because the child should be in the bed by a certain time because they got school in the morning.
So you would say that kids technically are raising themselves. The parents aren't. Some parents, not all parents.
Some of them.
Some parents technically aren't raising the children.
Yeah,
the kids are raising themselves.
When we were younger, you were supposed to be in the house before the street lights came on.
Mm-hmm.
It's kids that be outside when the street lights is on, like, and y'all doing dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See, my
when
kids
stealing people's cars, when you breaking in people's houses.
Listen, my kids know better.
That people work hard for.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got time for that.
And it's also, I feel like the stuff that some of these kids are doing nowadays, we knew better not to do.
No, period.
Like, but that was also because we was getting our ass beat.
Yeah. So do you think that, disciplining in that manner would develop kids better? I don't want to say they're bad kids. Because everything starts at home.
Yes, I wouldn't say it as that. It would be more of they would be more sneakier. Mm-hmm. So therefore they wouldn't get caught by doing it. Because if I know I'm going to get my ass beat, then I might as well not do this or find a way around it. Because that's exactly what I did. Mm-hmm. I'm going to find a way around it. So therefore, I don't get in trouble. Mm-hmm. But if you outside at night or if you disrespecting your teachers, disrespecting your neighbor because they said something to you, they overheard you. You're 12, you're 7 cursing. Mm-hmm. They overheard you. They said something to you. Now you cussing back at them. Right. Now the child put their middle finger up at me because y'all was playing in the street. Now y'all playing in the street, and I'm coming through, and I'm like, beep, move, and you got nerve to be like, there you go. Oh, but where your parent at? There's no parent watching you. Mm-mm. There's nobody outside with you.
Nope.
So that means you would think that kids have too much freedom.
Yeah,
they have too much freedom. There's no
because you can have freedom. Yes, you can have freedom. Mm-hmm. But then there's a limit to it.
Right.
So you feel like there's no boundary. Like kids can go ahead. Some kids, like their parents let them do whatever they want.
Yeah, because. It's like
they don't have time.
If you too hard on them, if you keeping them too close, mm-hmm. when they get older, they grow up, they be out here. Mm. But then you give them too much free reign, you can get your hands in too much stuff. I don't know. It's right.
It's that saying, you give an inch, they take a mile.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have to have like an equal medium. Like it has to be a compromise because
it's boundaries.
Right.
That's all it is.
You don't want to have you want to be you want to be more hands-on, but you don't want to be too hands-on where you don't allow them to experience and be children. Yeah. But you don't want them to also feel like they can do whatever they want.
Right. Like they don't have to ask you before they do it. Right. They can just go ahead and do it. Or tell you what they about to do.
Right.
And you over here like, oh, tell who?
Who are you telling?
Not the person who got to fund it.
Yeah, no, you're not telling me nothing. Are you asking me?
You can ask.
Yeah, you can ask.
So what that means, you're saying it's lack of discipline, lack of support.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like speaking from like me, when I'm like, I feel like with my kids, especially with my oldest, not necessarily with my youngest because he really can't ask or do anything right now, but with my oldest, I do allow her to do a little bit more than what I've done because I know I felt
a lot more.
I wasn't allowed out the porch until I was like 17.
Right. So because I feel like with that, because I feel like my mom, me personally, I feel like my mom didn't allow us to be children. And I feel like I want my kids to be kids. Because I feel like when I wasn't allowed to be a child, personally, so for me, I felt like I adapted into other things where I grew up too fast and I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing.
So what do you mean by not allowing you to be a child? So like, were you cooking, you were cleaning, you were paying bills? Like
no, so like I felt like I was I feel like I was more like what's the word? I felt like she was
sheltered.
Yeah. Like I didn't get to experience what it felt like to always go outside and to like go to parties.
But we always were outside as long as we were in the
once I started going to parties, I was out there like, why was I so happy to be here?
Or like if
why did I want to be here so bad?
That's true. But you like if like let's say if your friends said, hey, do you want to come to the movies with me? Or like, hey, do you want to go walk on the mall? Like, with good friends, not the friends who are out there doing crazy stuff they got to do. Like,
See, my mom would allow me to go to the mall and the movies, things like that, but not to spend the night. I couldn't spend the night over at my house.
We couldn't do that at all. We couldn't do that at all. We couldn't do that. No. So like when Journey asked to do certain things, depending on who she's going with, I allow her to do that. Because at the end of the day, I would rather for her to ask me than for her to sneak around and do it.
Yeah.
Because I know what I did growing up, and I don't want her to do that.
Yeah.
Because I want her to be more comfortable coming to me and say, "Hey, Mom, this is what I'm feeling like to guide me through it."
Yeah, but
because I felt like my mom, right? Because I felt like with my mom, when she didn't allow me to like do certain things as a kid, I felt like that's when I started delving into adult things. And I feel like I grew up too fast.
Well, also it's about being in adult conversations and stuff like that.
But I would say when we were younger, Mommy kept us out of adult conversations. Yep. It wasn't until we got a little bit older, when I hit middle school and high school, when I started popping off at the mouth, started being around the wrong.
Daddy used to be like, "So you smelling yourself?"
Right. That's what it was. So I feel like when I got hit that stage, that's when I started trying to be in adult conversation and stuff like that, trying to be nosy. My mom like, no, my grandmother, she was one who was like more like a little lenient in some sense. But I know what it felt like to want to do things and couldn't do it. And I never snuck around. I just took the consequences.
So, but the thing is, we should not put that on our kids, because when we do that, that's when you start to give kids free range. But I just personally feel like when you have that feeling, like if you were confined as a child, right? And you're like, "Oh, when I have kids, I'm never gonna do my kids like that," and da 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 da. And then you create monsters.
Facts.
Yeah. That's what I feel like, because you're like, "Oh, when I was a child, I never got a chance to do this, or I never got a chance to do that, so I'm gonna let my kid do this and do that," and then your kid goes AWOL.
Depending on what it is, you can allow the child to do it, but the child knows who their parent is, so they know what they can and cannot get away with, what's gonna fly, what's not.
Right.
So then that also comes into your parenting styles, what you're doing. How are you allowing things? Because, like, in previous parts, like we've talked about, I don't do everything as when I was a kid. I do things a little differently, but at the same time, my child is respectful. Sometimes. She got a big mouth on her, okay? She takes up for herself.
That's like the main thing.
Which I love. So certain stuff when it comes to, like, I do have to like get with her when it comes with, "Oh, I ain't your little friend. Get that together. Let's rewire that, because it's just me and her." So it's like let's rewire that. You're not gonna talk to me the same way you talk the way you talk the Journey, the way you talk the Lily, Ashley, whoever. You're not gonna talk to me that way. And half the time it ain't even what you say. It's how you say it.
Right, just like I told you. Like when Journey said the first, like I love the fact that Journey's very vocal about how she feels. That's how I wish I was when I was younger. I wasn't very vocal until I got older.
We told our parents, "I don't like the way you said that to me," or "I don't like how you did that." What? You said what?
Right.
But you don't like that? Well, do you like this?
Right. But I love the fact that she's vocal, and I love the fact that I'm not like my mom, who doesn't give her a voice to feel like she wants to feel. I'm like, "Hey, I respect how you feel. Your delivery is a little jacked up, but I understand what you're saying. Like you said, let's bring that back." But
the fact that you see that is that something that can also be worked on. So that way, you know, when you go out here in these public settings, I cannot talk to my teacher the same way I'm talking to my classmate, whether she's pissing me off or he is pissing me off or not.
Right.
I cannot speak to them in that manner.
Right.
So goes to the same for just people out here in the streets wanting to hold doors for people, or saying just your basic
I ain't gonna
thank
like
you.
That be making me mad when people I hold the door open for you. You know what I'm saying? If I be wanting to pull you back when you shut the door.
Yep.
Like that is so
rude. Thank you.
That stuff. I'm not even gonna that stuff is making me so mad because I'm like, you can't say thank you. Yeah. That's rude because that's like common courtesy.
My boys are like the first to like try to run and just hold the door.
Yeah.
They fight on who's gonna hold the door.
You are raising your man.
I'll be like, no, because that's why y'all fighting? I'm like, when they have a vestibule, I'm like, all right, like if we go to a ROFO, right? All right, Zai, you get this door. Kai, you can get that door. Literally,
and that's why I told her. I promise you, I said, here, any person that breaks, especially baby Kai, Zai can hold his own. But any woman that breaks baby Kai's heart, I'm getting at her. I promise you, because he is the sweetest person.
I'll be like, what's her name?
I'm getting at her.
Because I'm a meter. I'm a meter.
He'll be fine. I promise you. He's fine.
Do you think that, like, so what do you think is help raising our kids? If, like, the parents are doing it, what do you think? Do you think social media?
Yes, because I feel like there's a lot of influences with social media. Kids see social media and they're like, I want to do this. I want to be like this. Like, for instance, they had those stupid challenges. They had the cinnamon challenge. Well, how many people were like kids was doing the cinnamon challenge?
I don't know what that is. I don't really be on social media.
Spoon of cinnamon.
If it ain't Facebook, I really don't be on it.
It was a long time ago. They took a spoon of cinnamon and they put it in their mouth, and you could damn near die because cinnamon. Yes, because it's powder.
You can choke.
You can choke on it. Yes,
it make you dry.
Yeah, it's dry. They were doing a cinnamon challenge. They was doing the choke out challenge.
So let me just say this. Okay, that choke out challenge is so old. Let me just say that. I remember being in middle school when we had swim class and we were doing the little pass out choke out challenge in the pool.
The thing about it, we weren't recording the stuff.
We were not, but we were doing stupid stuff.
And that's the thing too that goes in with the bullying. When it comes to the recording of stuff, you go through social media, especially on that TikTok. It's like old person right. No, because I don't be on there, but my daughter do. So I just be looking through like, oh, what are you watching? What is this? What is that? Why are we recording all these fights? Or we recording how the kids are being disrespectful to
and nobody's helping.
No, everyone's laughing.
Nobody is trying to. And that, when it comes to kids and stuff like that, especially with kids, okay? Because I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, nobody has a weapon. And especially if you're in school. Now, sometimes it can happen, especially like when you're on the streets. But for all the people that are kind of just standing around, all the kids, other kids just standing around like, oh, beat her butt. But, they're saying other things.
Like how we
and nobody's literally helping to try to, like, separate them.
Because they fight nobody's minor.
And always like, oh, you stole my boyfriend. Okay, get another one.
Probably you wasn't your boyfriend. Right. He with the next one.
Absolutely.
And the funny thing about it, I don't think kids understand the magnitude of what they're doing. Because speaking from like a medical part of it, like from the healthcare or whatever, if you beat somebody in the head too many times, you can cause a whole lot of damage. They can become brain dead.
Yep.
They could die.
TBI.
There's a whole lot of stuff, and you talking about you want kudos because you beat somebody up.
They don't think about that.
But you don't think about the fact
the charges that could be pressed against you and then as a minor.
Then I also blame the parents because I feel like you should have to teach this to your kids, but in some sense I feel like you should.
You have to,
because at the end of the day, sometimes depending on the state that they live in, some kids are getting away with it because they can't be charged as an adult. So in that case, the parents should be charged. Absolutely, because I feel like you're devastating another family. Because what if that child doesn't recover from that? So that parent loses her child because you decided that you wanted to bully somebody, or you felt disrespected, or because somebody said something to you that you didn't like. Just like my daughter had an incident at school. And because the guy, some type of situation happened, and the guy talked about her dead grandmother, right? Words hurt. They do.
Especially if you care about that said
words hurt. But that does not give you a right to listen, it doesn't give you a right to put your hands on anybody, right?
I don't.
And listen, My mother always told me, listen, she didn't say these exact words, but these hands are bisexual.
Bullshit, ready to get started.
They bisexual. And I hate women. Right. I hate when women think that just because you keep putting your hands on men that they're not supposed to hit you back. At the end of the day, if you put your hands on anybody, you should always expect to get hit back. Yeah. So
I don't condone violence. I
don't condone violence, but I do condone on protecting yourself. Yeah. So this little girl had hit this boy, and then she gonna say, "You better not hit me." Excuse me?
But I'm gonna tell you
let me tell you something. And this is a woman speaking. And I'm gonna tell this to my son. Now I'm gonna tell him to practice restraint as much as he can.
But after the second time,
if your little girl keeps putting your hands on my child, I'm gonna do what you gotta do. Don't hurt her too bad, but do what you gotta do.
And that's the same thing for little boys who, if you like a girl, just say it. All that
you don't have to hear and all that foolishness.
That's so. I feel like that's so old.
Oh, you don't have to put your hands on
They still do it to this day.
Right. Mm-hmm. You do not have to put
your hands on nobody.
Just be picking on her. Oh, because I like her.
Just say I like her, but I ain't gonna tell her that
I'm just gonna just keep nothing with her. I'll be like, stop.
And she
I don't like you.
By the time people all off on you, that's all over now.
Yeah. Now she's gonna be like, no, because you put your hands on me too much. I don't want to. So I go with Bobby now.
So do you think these parents are listening to their children?
No. Mm-mm. Not all parents. No, I don't think they're listening. Nope.
I feel like when they start listening, it's when it's too late.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
when
they're so focused on work and their own lives, and there got to be a balance somewhere.
So I be still trying to find my balance, but at the end of the day, my kids, anybody that knows me, knows my kids come first. Like, they are the reason why I do what I do, you know? So if ever I can get them into something that would, I don't want to say distract them, but to develop them better, I'm going to do it. Yeah. Like, Kai is in a boys mentoring program. Zaire, he can be in there next year, but this year he couldn't be in there because of his age. But he does see like a counselor. Yeah. Because if he doesn't want to talk to me, he maybe wants to talk to a stranger. Who knows?
Yeah. At one point in time, it's true. All them had to talk to a counselor too, just to get that anger. I don't know. I do know where she gets it from, but from both sides. That anger is something nasty to work with, and if you don't know how to push it out properly, now you're just lashing out.
Right. Well, see, and Zaire has big feelings. He has really big feelings. Okay, really big. And I feel like the only one. No, I know the only feeling that he really struggles with working through is anger.
Yeah,
that'd
be the hard one for all of us. Even
anger is what is the hardest one for him to work through. It's literally like he can go from 0 to 100 real quick, and then sometimes it's hard to bring him back down. So you literally have to leave him alone, let him be in his own space, and just be like, "All right, you ready to talk?" And then when he's ready to talk, he will open up. That's how I feel like if he trusts you, then he will open up to you. So like when I ask him, "Do you want to talk about it?" He says, no, okay, give him some time. And I go back to him and I ask him, like, so let's talk about it. He's like, I feel like, this and this and this. I'm like, I understand. You have, and I always tell him, like, you have a right to feel that way. That's your opinion. That's your feelings. I respect that. But there's a way that we deal with certain situations. Now, and the way that you did it. Well, no, every
depends on what it is. I don't
but every feeling that you feel, every emotions that you feel, and everything that's an opinion. Like whatever opinion that you have, you are entitled to have that opinion. But the way that you bring it to light.
Yes. Okay.
The way that you bring it to light. Hold on, pump your brakes. You could have did it a different way. And that's why I believe like some solutions for like these kids out here would be like mentoring programs, actually listening, discipline and love and respect and emotional support, having a community around you, and then being accountable. Like, that's the main thing. Parents need to be accountable.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of them are like, no, my kid is fine or whatever, and whole time they're not
struggling, and you can tell through their grades, through their demeanor, how they act. And if they used to be life and bubbly and very energetic, and then they come in and they just want to go straight to the run. I just want to be focused on the phone at all times, like they're not actually communicating.
Yep.
And I feel like that's a big problem. I feel like when we was younger, we didn't have a lot of electronics.
No.
We didn't have all that.
But if we didn't communicate with our parents, we were communicating with a friend or something. And that's not really what I want my child to do. What I love about my little circle that I have is that if she doesn't feel comfortable coming to me and having a conversation about something, she'll go to Mary. She'll go to one of y'all. She'll go to Ty. She'll go to Pete. She'll go to somebody who she feels comfortable, but also is going to give her some advice. And they're going to hold what she say, they're going to talk with her about it.
And then they're going to let you know.
Friend, and your friend telling you something, but friend ain't live life. Friend ain't live life.
Nope.
Friend just talking off of emotion and what we going to do. And that's what gets you in trouble.
Yep.
And I feel like when it comes to like bullying, I feel like a bully, like a child that's a bully is nothing but someone who's being bullied
at home. Yep, absolutely.
And I feel like a lot of parents think they're parenting, but they're bullying their children.
Yeah, all the yelling and stuff. I had them
doing like all the extra stuff. Like I feel like as parents, what I've learned, like going through therapy and stuff like that, and it took a while. I'm not saying I was a bully, but I did yell at my daughter a lot. I wouldn't say I was a bully. I didn't really listen to her. I wasn't a bully.
Because I agree with you. You don't want them to be scared of you.
Right. I wouldn't say
the respect needs to be there.
I was yelling at her more and telling her to do as I say, not as I do, and this like that. But my therapist said, well, why would you tell her that if you're not leading by example? Why do you think she would listen to anything you're doing?
It's so crazy. Let me just cut you off right there real quick. Just real quick. Okay? Because I would always tell her, you have got to lead by example. Did I not say that?
She said she's not going to listen to you. She don't listen to the person.
Just because I don't have a PhD behind my name.
They went to school. They got an office. I paid this person.
Right. I told her.
You play the play. You listen.
But I told her, I said, listen, Shanta, you have got to lead by example. You cannot tell her to do something and then you're doing the same thing that you tell her not to do something and you're doing the same thing that you told her not to do. Now I get it, like for instance with phones, right? You say, oh no, put your phone away, da 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 da. But then she's like, well, you got your phone. Well, do as I say, not as I do. Instead, just be like, you know what? You're right. Let me put it away. Because all you're doing on your phone is scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through TikTok.
Well, if that's what you're doing at the moment, then cool. But if I'm on a work call or something like that, work, and you talking about you on the phone, exactly, I am on the phone.
Well, see, work and I feel like that they will understand the difference. They understand the difference. But if you're just sitting there with your phone, right, and you're like, it's time to put your phone up, put your phone away. And you're just like,
what are you doing? What are you doing? Why is it time for them to put their phone away? Why is it time?
But the reason why I gave her at first when she was young, I gave her a time limit because she would always be on her phone at all hours of the night. And getting her up in the morning when she was younger, it was like a whole big thing. She would get like, oh, I feel like getting up. So I told her, you need to be off your phone at a certain time. We're going to have like a time limit, you be off your phone. So I tell her, I say, all right, you got to be off your phone. She be like, well, you're still on your phone. You get to be on your phone. Why can't I be on my phone?
Because I'm grown. I'm an adult. Like, what do you mean?
But also, you have to lead by example. Like, at the end of the day, if you are confiscating her phone, right? If you're taking her phone, y'all in separate rooms, what you do in your room, you don't know.
Facts.
So, why can't you give the satisfaction in that moment?
Nah, fuck it.
Give the satisfaction in that moment to be like, I hear you.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta listen.
So I acknowledge
that.
when I hear you, I'm gonna acknowledge that I don't give a fuck. And that's where I'm at with it. I don't know.
And another one was like when we was at the dinner table, like I was telling no phones. Right?
Okay, then that means you shouldn't have your phone at the
right. But then I be like, she was like,
oh, so you fucked up. Mm-hmm. You did that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. She would call me out on it. I'm like, she's like, well, you have your phone, so I can have mine. I'm like, because I told you can't have your phone. Do as I say, not as I do. She was like, well, I don't think that's fair.
And when I hit on with, life ain't fair. Get over it.
And she's like, then I feel like you shouldn't correct me. If you can have your phone, I can have my phone.
That's where it gets a little tricky. Because you're a child, hon. You don't pay my net bill in this house. Mm-hmm. The only thing you have to do for real is do the little chores I give you and go to school. But so when
she was like, if you're not criticizing.
I know she didn't say criticize. She ain't like that word.
No, she was like, if you're telling me that I can't be at the table with my phone,
you're contradicting.
Then you're right. You shouldn't be at the table with your phone.
Life is full of hypocrites.
Yeah, it is. So again, if we raise our kids. Now, because we've done an episode about this, the gentle parenting versus old school parenting and everything like that, and we grew up fearful of our parents.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
As a child, did you feel comfortable talking to your mom about anything? Really? Any single thing?
It depends.
That's what I'm saying. But as a child,
I'm talking to my friends.
So that's where the problem is.
You know who Joe comfortable talking to?
Who?
Me.
And that's good because she has great insight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. You
know why?
Who? No?
She be talking. No, she give her the real talk, no chaser. That's what she be giving her.
No,
because
I'm mean and Reese's not.
But no, because Ree's not doing all that yelling and stuff. Ree is more.
I'm not like you.
She's more.
I want you to understand
when it comes to that.
So I'm going to talk to you, and I need you to understand where you went wrong.
But see, the thing about
that's what I do because I want you to acknowledge it. Yeah. I'm going to replay it for you,
so that way
I want you to pick it up.
But one thing I will say is when she does get to the point when she yells, her boys don't leave her alone. They know they really messed up.
Yep.
Because she doesn't yell. When she does yell,
when I yell, they like.
Yeah, they done. They
all be like, when you yell, that hurts my feelings. Well, if you listen the first 2 times I said it, then I wouldn't have
because
to,
I mean I
wouldn't have to yell at you.
So I don't want to lose my voice.
It takes time.
Yelling on some kids. Okay. And that's what because I don't want to give that energy. I don't want to give that energy. But when you get me there and I'm there, just know, don't talk to me. Mm-hmm. Let me calm down. I'm going to yell and then I'm going to walk away. I'm going to dismiss myself. Mm-hmm. And then I will come back when I'm ready.
Yeah,
because you took me there.
It's hard for me to. It depends. I've learned now to dismiss. I'm like, you know what, Johnny, you got it. Give me a minute. You got it. And she's like,
honey, I already know by the look on my face. Mm-hmm. She already knows. I'm gonna let you. I'll be back later. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I see. So what the boys do is, especially Kai. He will look at me and he'd be like, Zai, stop. Mommy's getting stressed.
It's not mommy's getting stressed.
He's like, Zai, stop. I'm like, and I'm over here. I could be straight chilling. I'm like, I'm fine. But if you think I'm stressed, okay.
Yeah.
Because then y'all gonna act right. Mm-hmm. But it shouldn't have to take me looking stressed for you want to act right. But, you know, whatever.
Now let's get into the drugs.
Not the drugs.
Again.
Not the drugs.
Yes.
That changes. That alters their mental status. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have went back and forth with myself about that situation because I was like, I have boys. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're gonna get older.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to experiment. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm like, now the hardcore drugs, that's out of the question. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we're not finna do no crack, no cocaine, no fentanyl, no heroin, no none of that. No, none of that, okay? But when it comes to like marijuana and stuff like that, I am halfway open to have them smoke in the house. Yeah. Well, not in the house per se, but because I would prefer them to be near me when they do it instead of out in the street and something happens and they leave them for dead.
Because there's been plenty of times where people have laced by people that they call their friends.
Yes, or it's because they smoke it and that's what they do and that's what they like and everything like that and they're fine.
The dispensary made it easier for it to be safer, but for the people who are still getting it from out the streets, you know, you still gotta watch yourself.
You are tossing your life up. You know, you're playing Russian roulette.
And for what? For it to mess you up for the rest of your life? You had one bad blunt and it messed you up forever. That's that. I mean, I still have some time for that because, you know, it's like, I just turned 9 today. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday! Happy birthday in the comments time. Thank you.
And Kai is 10. So I do have, you know, a little bit of time before they start hanging around those crowds and start experimenting. So I don't really know when the right time is to have that conversation, especially like with the birds and the bees, as they call it, and stuff like that. But
I feel like depending on what's going on around them, they can come around and they will talk to you anyway. Yeah. Because in 5th grade, they're actually teaching the kids the anatomy. Like the whole, this is the penis, this is a vagina, these are ovaries, girls get their periods. And they're teaching the class with the boys in there too. So the boys won't be like, oh no, you're on your period or you're bleeding from your coochie. No. They want them to be more compassionate when it
more
comes
understanding,
to that. So they're teaching it. And they do allow you, they send out a paper and they say, you know, if you don't want your child involved in
this is in 5th grade.
You don't have to have your child involved in this. But if you want to, and I feel like, go ahead. So that way you can understand. Because these kids is out here and they having sex, not understanding their own organs.
Well, I feel like
understanding what they got going on.
Start at home first too. I feel like it should start at home first. That way you get the information and then you go into the school and they feed you more information.
That's why they sent you the paper out. That's why they sent you the paper out letting you know what they were going to do. So if you wanted to prep your kid before they went into the session, then cool.
Because I'm about to say the boys know what their body parts are. When I told them that their wee-wee was really their penis. Let me see.
Because when they
Kai was about they were 4 and 5, I think 4 and 5. And
they kept using the word all day.
Yes, and so because I told him when Kai had a well child visit, right? And his pediatrician asked, so what do we call that? I said, wee-wee. I sound so juvenile right now. I can't. I have got to teach them what it is. And the word dick is just not something that I'm like gung-ho about. Like, I don't really like that.
It gets together.
Yes, very much. So I was like, I told him, I said, guys, this is your penis and everything like that. And when I told them, when they found out that it was penis, I swear I heard that word that day like at least 10 times.
And you don't even hear it very often. So you just be like, are we for real now?
Yeah.
That's what we doing.
Like, Mommy, Zai hit me in my penis. And then Zai will turn, Kai hit me in my penis. And I'm like, why are we just throwing this word around? And I'm just like, oh God. I'm like, at least you know what it is now. So I felt more mature when I went to their pediatrician and she asked me, I said, it's a penis.
We're using big words now, okay?
Oh my gosh. But kids are not okay today.
Yeah.
They're not okay today.
They're not. They need somebody to talk to.
They need help.
Whether it's a therapist, whether it's a church or
and with the drugs,
an elder.
You got if you know your kids, you know signs. You know when your child is changing, and when you have a child changing into a teenager, sometimes we can think that, oh, that's just them getting older.
Just like
but don't ignore it.
Just like my show, Divorced Sisters. That's my show.
That's what I'm about to start watching.
To get into it, okay? So with Rashida, who is actually Latoya Luckett, with Rashida, her son was just smoking weed with one of his friends. Whole time it was laced with fentanyl. And if she wouldn't, her husband, when they came in the house at that time, like in his room, Shorty would have been dead. And where did he get it from? Somebody he hang around. Somebody he with. And that's we gotta watch what you're doing.
That's because that's what they do.
Because these friends say that they care about you and they not. They jealous of you for what? I don't know. We don't know. They just don't want to see you do better. We don't know.
They be having some real haters.
Real bad.
Having some real haters.
So just watch yourselves. Listen to your parents. Yeah, that's all I got.
Or an adult figure. If you don't have parents, some of us, our parents aren't here with us. So just be respectful. I think all we need right now is, to be honest, just, I know it sounds so cliche, just start loving on one another.
That's the truth.
Honestly, that's what these kids really, really need.
Some of these people, I'm not going to say that they are unlovable, but some of these people,
no one is unlovable.
No. That's why I said I'm not going to say that they're unlovable, but
they're just difficult and complicated to love sometimes.
Yeah.
And I get that. But when it comes to my boys, I always give them a kiss. Yeah. I always tell them I love you. And I mean it.
And I think it's that some of the trauma, some of the trauma that, some of the kids go through, which when they grow up to be adults, they hold on to that, and they use that in the relationships with their partners, friendships, whatever the case may be.
And that is why it's good to seek medical attention when that child experiences some sort of trauma in their life.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to say therapists ain't nothing, what they going to do. And honestly,
it depends on the therapist though.
Right.
Well, I had a therapist with, we sitting there looking at each other and I'm talking and she's, quiet, let me give you. Okay. So what can we do better?
I mean, that's your job to tell me.
What we can do better? We can have another therapist.
Yeah, that's what we can do. We can do, because this is not.
And when I feel like when I worked at Royal Farms, when I did overnight shift, and all the times that I've been robbed, someone told me that I should see a therapist, and I said, why do I want to see someone who tells me, "Oh, I know how you feel"?
But you don't.
I understand. I get where you're coming from. Do you really?
Yeah, you can't tell me that unless
I don't want to hear that.
But no,
it's gonna be okay. I know it will be okay eventually. I don't want to hear you tell me it's gonna be okay. So I'm just gonna process it the way that I process it.
But not all therapists,
and that's why I do that.
But not
all therapists.
I know, but
and then to be honest, some people. You don't know what that therapist been through, so she may know what you've been through. She may have been robbed before, maybe not been robbed the way you were robbed.
Then maybe you can come with some experience. Let me know, so we can, vibe you out. Because how this therapy session finna work. Now I did have a therapist where she would give me to help with certain stuff, certain techniques. She would give me a podcast. It was a podcast that, I guess, to help people. Never went to go listen to it, but that's what she would get. I do listen to podcasts a lot, though. I love listening.
That's the reason why we're doing this.
Yeah.
So you can get your voice out too.
We have a voice. We have big personalities. We have lots of character, and we hear it. So yeah, that's all natural. Naturals over here.
Everything. From head to toe.
It sounded like Megamind.
Listen, Megamind as a child, he was bullied and picked on.
That's when he came up to be an adult who was bullying and picking on people.
Yep. Yep.
I may look like Megamom, but they look like Ren and Stimpy.
Ooh, you pity. It's okay. I love some Ren and Stimpy though. We some cute Ren and Stimpies. So well. Stimpy. Wait a minute. Ren. Oh no, that's Petty. Isn't Stimpy the fat one?
I need to see. Someone show me.
I think Ren is the Chihuahua looking one.
Show me.
And yes, I think Stimpy is the one with the blue nose.
You gotta show me. I need to see.
It's REN.
We want y'all to join the conversation as well.
Here, give me. Let me see.
Like, comment,
Share, subscribe.
And I want y'all to tell me what you think this generation needs the most. What are your suggestions that this generation may need?
Because I know they've closed a lot of recreation centers and things of that nature, but to get some back up and running, and so that way give the kids something else to do. Give them somewhere to be. So hold up, which one is her?
Ren is the Chihuahua looking.
So who are you trying to say I look like? Which one is this? Which one is it? This don't hit as hard as Mega Man, so it's cool. It's cool.
It's so petty. Y'all petty.
Does this actually look like, what was that show, Cat and Dog? No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, Cat Dog.
Yeah, Cat and Dog.
But no, Ren Stimpy used to be.
No, this is me right here. I gotta let y'all see it too. Look, there you go.
Listen. All right, y'all. Well, we gonna get up out of here. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. We love you.
Communicate with us.
Thank you all.
We love y'all.